BMW X5 today. Today is Friday, May 13. Camera, spark plugs out. Bank 1. Now, I don't know if it's the first cylinder, this one. Guys! Stop a little bit. Fucking deaf. I don't know which one's the number 1, which one's the number 4. They have to come, the guys, to tell me. Nice. Good. Okay. Fine. Little bit of oil consumption I can see, slightly. It looks also a little bit older, the spark plugs. Yeah, more. Okay. This one. This is either number 1 or the no, sorry. This is either it's the number 5 or the number 8. Okay. Without the lights, better. Yeah. It's better to see what I see. So 5 or 8. I'm gonna ask the guys, and I said this one. And 6 or 7. Okay, let me check with the camera inside. I'm alone, so if I see something, I'm gonna start the camera again. I'm gonna pressurize the system again at 15 psi, not more than 15 psi. Now it's completely cold today. One thing that I don't like is that it's more than max, the water. Now it's all pure water. Inside on the instrument cluster it says to you add coolant. That means something is wrong with the oil level sensor, the coolant level sensor, sorry. Early morning. Then it might be, you might have a problem, especially in the hot weather, in the hot country, if you're running only with water, normal water. It had inside normal water and we add normal water. It didn't have a coolant inside. Otherwise, if there is a coolant inside, we are adding coolant, not water, not distilled water. So in this case, because they're keeping 105, 110 degrees Celsius, okay? If you use normal water, you're gonna come to the boiling temperature. Even if it has, let's say, 5 psi, it will gonna come there. Then you're gonna start creating pressure inside, you're gonna increase the boiling temperature, but again, we're talking about an engine. It can escape. What I mean by that, the coolant, it might be steady inside of the system, but by adding only water, pure water, it won't gonna be steady. You're gonna start increasing the pressure and then you're gonna start escaping from the valve that has the cap. That's what we're gonna figure it out today. All right. First, run the test, so don't spend my time for no reason. That means if I see any problem inside the cylinders, I'm not gonna have to do all the rest of the tests. If everything is fine, I'm gonna say to the guys to put back again the spark plugs. We're gonna flush it, we're gonna remove all the water, we're gonna put coolant, BMW coolant. Then I'm gonna start it with the pressure gauge here to see how much pressure it's raising. So that's the plan. At the end, we need to check also the transmission oil level, because the customer, he said that he changed transmission oil, and after the oil change, it's shifting a little bit hard, the car. It's not so smooth. Just to have an eye on the oil level. You cannot do that while it's completely cold. You have to start the car and you need to have 40 degrees. I have to read, I don't remember out of memory, to see that the oil level is correct, and then with a diagnostic to see if there is any adaptation or something. But this is at the end. This is if we found, let us say, what is the problem with the cooling, what's going on. If I cannot find something, we just give back the car and we say to the customer, we are not able to detect any leak or something. You don't have to pay nothing, and that's it. Simple, it's a classic. Let's start. Okay, I start from the number 4 cylinder, down over there. Okay, what we see on the number 4 cylinder, stupid amount of carbon build up on the piston, unfortunately. And on the top of the piston doesn't matter. That's the cylinder head, that's the exhaust valve here. It looks a little bit disaster. Imagine to open the valve, how it's gonna be inside. We're gonna see on the rest of the cylinders. That's the combustion chamber. Okay. So the problem, it's not the carbon build up on the combustion chamber or on the top of the piston. The problem is gonna be on the oil control ring, on the top ring and the second ring. Top ring does have so much. The second ring, the second compression ring and the oil control ring, this one's suffering and start consuming huge amount of oil. Let's jump to the number 3 cylinder. Number 3, it's almost at top dead center, but you see again stupid amount of carbon, and the side camera, yeah, has some carbon. See the exhaust valve. This is the valve seat here. Classic. Now I don't have somebody to crank for me the engine, because what I'm doing usually, I'm pulling the camera a little bit more out to see where it's located the piston. Somebody's cranking for me to change the position of the piston. I cannot do it with the welders. Let's go to the number 2. This is the number 2. Full carbon. Start changing also the, maybe they use something and they clean the combustion chamber. They use any additive or something, because, or it might consume coolant, water inside. I doubt. You see all this carbon that build up on the head gasket here? I don't see any. Yeah, I'm smart. How smart I am. I didn't pressurize the system. I connected, I didn't pressurize it, and I'm expecting, you're gonna see, you're gonna tell me yes, you're gonna see a little bit. Yeah. By the way, no. When I opened it, it didn't have any pressure inside. Yeah. Let me pressurize it. A little bit more than 14 psi. I'm gonna start again from the beginning. Okay. I'm gonna start the camera again on the number 1. This is what I didn't show you. If I see something on number 4, 3 and 2, I'm gonna let you know. Cylinder number 1. I did show something on the 2, 3 and 4, and definitely there is nothing here on the number 1. Less amount of carbon on the piston. It's near the top dead center. Let's jump to the other bank. Cylinder number 8 has a big pieces of carbon inside. The cylinder wall looks beautiful. Keep in mind, like I have said before, the cylinder wall is like the M57. It's very soft and it's running on low friction piston rings. Again, I don't see any scratch, I don't see any leak inside the combustion chamber. 7. Number 7, here we have a very good view of the exhaust valve seat here and the exhaust valve. Classic direct injection. carbon on the piston. This is normal what you see. This is the cut relief for the valves. It's not something crazy. Little bit less. Maybe they use some additives on the engine. I don't know. Maybe. If you want to use something to remove all this carbon, distilled water and methanol. Put 2 jets. Spray a little bit. Spray, let us say 200 cc daily. Repeat this for a week, and then all this inside is gonna be perfect. All the cylinders, right now I'm on the number 5 cylinder, okay? All the cylinders look the same. Some of them have a little bit more, some of them they have a little bit less. You see some pieces of carbon, chunks of carbon. I don't know if they make any treatment or something to the engine. That's how it looks like, at least. Okay. You can see here. The thing is, I don't see any watermark, coolant mark or something inside. Yeah. Putting it back, the spark plugs, and then 14 psi. I'm gonna release the pressure, obviously. No need to have the pressure. Let me turn off the camera. Yeah. What's the next step? I'm gonna release the pressure. I'm not gonna add coolant inside. I want to have a fresh air here. So I'm gonna blow a little bit with air slowly to come all the fumes out, to have a clean oxygen, air, let us say, to don't be contaminated. This one, after I make the test that I'm gonna start the engine, I'm gonna monitor the pressures and the temperature through the diagnostic. After we're gonna do that, 1 minute. After we're gonna do this test, then when I'm gonna open it, now I'm gonna release the air from here. Yeah, but again, we're gonna still have some of the air inside, right? Yeah. So it's gonna be enough to make a test, to run a test to see if there is a combustion gases inside. Yeah, that's the plan. Spark plugs, like I said, blowing a little bit will be clean the air inside, bolting it down and starting it with a cage, diagnostic, monitor the temperatures, and see how it's gonna run. I need to get also the readings from the thermostat to see how it's acting. We have also a radiator outlet. Yeah, it's a BMW, has a sensor down, temperature sensor. Beautiful, excellent. This will gonna be the next step. That's it for now. You know what? No, since we have the spark plugs out, when they come the guys, I'm gonna tell them to bring the battery charger and to get also compression test, just to be okay. That's it for now. When they come the guys, they're gonna come within an hour, I think. I'm gonna make another video.